Peyton Kane.
And I'm Caden Marks. Coming up on today's show,
we have a review of Pixar's summer smash hit, Inside Out 2, from Will Sun.
Coverage of the Lake Mary Little League celebration parade after their victory in the World Series.
A heartwarming story of the volleyball team's Duchenne awareness campaign.
And finally, a crushing victory from our football team.
Good morning, Oviedo. It's Friday the 13th, and this is Roar TV Weekly.
In August, Florida's very own Little League Lake Mary baseball team took home the World Series victory and threw a parade in celebration for the team. Here's more on that with reporter Tessa Sims.
Hey Oviedo, it's Tessa. I'm here at the Lake Mary Little League World Series Championship Parade where the parade just finished. They walked through this street right in front of me and through this arch right behind me. Thousands of people came out to show their support, and even Mickey Mouse and Woody the Woodpecker were here. After the parade finished, there was a presentation on the stage right behind me where all of the members of the Little League World team were honored, and they even got a key to the city.
The Lake Mary Little League team is the first team in Florida to win a Little League World Series championship. To get to the World Series, they first had to defeat teams from South Dakota and Washington. They lost 4-1 to Texas, but then defeated New York, Hawaii, and Nevada. Then, in a rematch with Texas, they won the U.S. championship game 10-7. In a low-scoring affair, the Lake Mary All-Stars beat Chinese Taipei from Taiwan in the World Championship game with a score of 2-1. The parade was held upon their return, and each individual member of the team got to ride through the parade route on their own Corvette. The city of Lake Mary hosted the parade, and members of the media as well as first responders also showed their support. Current and former Major League Baseball players from Florida got to join in on the celebration and congratulated the team. The parade was held in conjunction with the farmers market, where kids and their families had the chance to participate in the festivities. From Roar TV, I'm Tessa Sims.
After a string of box office fails over the past few years, Pixar is back in the saddle with Inside Out 2's $1.6 billion international success. Here with his review of the movie is William Sun.
Hey OVO, I'm Will Sun, and today I'm reviewing Inside Out 2. This is the sequel to the original 2015 film, and it's really close to making double the box office from the first film, already becoming the highest grossing animated film of all time, currently at $1.675 billion. This is where Riley enters puberty after turning 13 years old, and 4 new emotions enter in headquarters: anxiety, envy, embarrassment, and ennui, which is basically French for boredom for those who don't know. Suddenly, new complications come up for Riley, and each of the emotions do their best to make sure Riley is able to cope with it. Let me start out with the comedy. It has its humor, but most of it is not that great or original. A lot of the funny moments aren't very creative, but one of them was pretty genius. I'm just not much of a fan of the comedy used. It felt fast and slow at times, so I don't think it really connects with teens much. I get it's a kids movie and you have to limit how deep you go, but I feel like it should have dug down maybe a little deeper into a teenager's mindset, to the point where it connects with them enough and has more impact. For the acting of the characters, I feel like some of them don't really have the same vibe as the original film. Like, some characters are represented well, but some are just sidekicks or not very important characters. I really think the approach and drive of the story is decent, but it could have been better, and for a deeper purpose. I will say overall, it's a decent movie, but it's not as good as the 2015 film. But that's all I have for Inside Out 2. Now, back to the studio.
Now, let's hit the courts for an O-Town sports report.
Good morning, Oviedo. My name is Cedric Spain, and this is your O-Town Sports Report. Yesterday, girls volleyball beat Lake Highland Prep. On Tuesday, all 3 levels of girls volleyball defeated Lake Howell. The varsity team was led by Riley Yarborough with 27 kills and Delaney Sloan with 28 assists. Here's Andrew with the highlights from last week.
Last week on September 4th, Oviedo's girls volleyball team was all decked out in red for their game against Lake Mary in partnership with Parent Project for Muscular Dystrophy in order to raise awareness for Duchenne, a muscular degenerative disorder. One affected family, the Lapadias, was present to speak about the disease and their advocacy.
92 cents of every dollar that is donated goes directly to research.
Nolan Lapadia, whose brother Brendan has the disorder, made the opening serve to kick off the game. Once the game got started, Oviedo came out of the gate strong, with Olivia Clemens and Riley Yarborough leading the team in terms of overall points scored. The teamwork and coordination were on point, securing the first set with a score of 25-13 with a kill from Riley Yarborough. The Lions kept it up through the second set, taking an early lead 6-0. Oviedo was able to poke a lot of holes in the Rams' defense, with a series of blocks and spikes from birthday girl Jordan John making for a swift set, with a final score of 25-8. The third set started off in Lake Mary's favor, but Oviedo quickly gained the upper hand, thanks to some great saves by Olivia Clemens and Avery Stevens. After a long and well-fought set, Ava Clevenger closed the game on a score of 25-18, cementing the sweep for Oviedo 3-0. All proceeds from the concessions sold at this game went to Parent Project for Muscular Dystrophy. To learn more about the condition or donate to their cause, visit parentprojectmd.org. For Roar TV, I'm Andrew Yee.
Wednesday, our girls and boys swimming and diving team started their season with a double win on their senior night. They were able to claim the cup against Haggerty and Masters Academy. For the boys, Jeremiah Goodwin won the 200 free and the 500 free. On the girls' side, senior Jane Coleman won the 500 free and Reagan Oliphant won in diving with a 185.9. On Wednesday, the boys bowling won over Lake Mary by 271 points, led by Spencer Wainwright and Carson Cooper. The girls unfortunately lost to Lake Howell by 35 in a close match. The JV football team had a huge win against third ranked in the state Seminole, 34-33, keeping Oviedo's spot at number 1. Caden Manning threw 2 touchdowns, and the defense was led by Mason DeStesto and Byron Marua. That's all we got for today. Now let's head back to the studio.
That's all we have for you today, Oviedo. Hope you have a spooky Friday the 13th, and as always,
Go
Lions!